coming back to this truck being illegally parked, I had to prove that. So here's what we did. So we heard through the tow truck driver, we deposed somebody. Somebody's like, yeah, you know, he may have been peeing. I'm like, okay, well, we spent like 4 years trying to investigate that. But here's how we did it. First, we got photos from the coroner and the CHP at the scene, and we started I don't hire experts, immediately. We take all the evidence and we get it, and then what we do here is we spend time with it. We just look at it, we talk about it, we go to dinner, we go to breakfast, Sunday, Monday morning, more serious, and we just bring it with us. We just spend so much time with it that it starts telling us a story that if you look at something over, a course of time versus for 2 seconds and give it to an expert and let them tell you what they see, it's not the same. So I don't do that. We get the evidence and then we'll hire an expert to see if they'll espouse and subscribe to these theories, because we feel like, we know what we're talking about. We researched it. We spent a year forming these opinions to see if they're right. And so we bring in the experts at the right time after we've had a chance to do our take on it. Here's what we found. Okay, so because they had the depot of the pathologist, we capitalized on that. And here, what you have, you could see the pathologist put pattern injury, which we later confirmed through testimony. These were indeed those tire marks that were on his back, as confirmed by that photograph. And then now, when he testified to it, they were in evidence, and he blessed that. And you got to remember, Steinhusser was trying to sell the jury on the kinematics and the biomechanical testimony that the guy was crouched over. He had tire marks running on his back that way because the truck was legally parked there in an effort to inspect the trailer. This is what happened.
To evaluate that, and the evaluation I gave you in terms of kinematics is consistent with that.
What are you saying? Guy had tire marks on his back, right? He's standing in front of these two tires like this. Could be like this.
Right, then you push that wheel forward, you're going to roll over your shins.
I go forward, put the two cases over me. My pelvis breaks.
Right, but
hold on 1 second. My pelvis breaks, then my torso, then my neck, and the tire. Put them over me. Keep going.
But your legs also got run over, which we don't have in this incident.
Sir, there is no tire marks on Mr. Garcia's pants, are there?
I don't believe so.
The part that got run over was his pelvis, torso, and neck, correct?
Yes.
Tell me how, if he's standing between what are you saying? What'd you say again? Number 2, number 3. How would I get marks going up my back, breaking my pelvis, my torso, and my neck if I'm crouched like this or doing something like this? How would that happen? Tell our jury that.
I'm talking in terms of kinematics and just where you could be. So there's 2 places in between the two.
Come and show me. I got tire marks on my back. This is axle 2, axle 3 tires. Imagine.
Excuse me.
And here it is.
What do you got there?
Well, I have the page from the autopsy.
Let me take a look.
You can see that they've sketched them at an angle. So they're not longitudinal up and down him, but they're diagonal.
Okay.
And then if you look at the marks on the body, you see the same thing, that they're more crosswise than longitudinal. So your characterization of them rolling up and down is not accurate in terms of the evidence that we have.
Really? So how are they? Please demonstrate to our jury. How are they?
Well, we're talking...
Are they going side to side?
They're at a little more side to side than, well, I guess the photos can speak for themselves, but they are, yes, more side to side than longitudinal or up and down.
Show me. Please demonstrate on my back how you think the tire marks were.
Well, the indication here is at an angle like this.
I'm sorry?
An angle like this is what we have from the autopsy.
What about my right shoulder?
They don't indicate that here. And then if we look at the actual photographs, we can see that they're even more horizontal angle when you were standing vertically.
What is that?
What exhibit numbers?
This is exhibit
This is that autopsy photo.
163.22.
Thank you.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't seen that one.
I have not.
And that was it.
Fact, you
That
have
was it.
seen that one.
Well, it might have been provided to me, but because I don't do medical stuff, I
Sir?
didn't dig through the medical.
Wait a minute. I'd like to ask you, you just told this jury something based on evidence that you hadn't seen, correct?
And it was all downhill from there. Give me 15.3. I want to show you quickly what I had put up. He hadn't even seen that one. So he's testifying that the tire marks were like this way in an effort to confuse the jury. And then I showed him this. I'm like, you know, wait a minute, what about this? And he's like, oh, I haven't seen that one. I was like, oh, you didn't see that. And the jury was just, they did this. Can you take the share screen now? I just looked over at them and they were just like, and some of them looked up and they smiled and did this and that. And then he tried to back off of it by saying, oh, no, I'm not a medical. I'm like, but yeah, wait, no, you were, but you did it.